All right, hello. This is the article for this week's News ELA article, Gender Neutral. With Mattel's new gender neutral dolls, labels are a thing of the past by the Washington Post. Adapted by News ELA staff on 10/9/19. The toy aisle is catching up on how more people feel. Some of the biggest toy makers have learned not all kids want to play within the pink and blue boundaries of gender specific playthings. On September 25th, Mattel launched its first line of what it calls gender inclusive dolls. The figures aren't traditionally male or female. The dolls come with a kit that includes wigs with long and short hairstyles. The kit also has different clothing options like skirts, jeans, and leggings. The six dolls in Mattel's new Creatable World line also come in different skin tones. Each kit sells for $30. Reflection of culture. Toys are a reflection of culture, and as the world continues to celebrate the positive impact of inclusivity, we felt it was time to create a doll line free of labels, said Kim Colmone. She's the Senior Vice President of Mattel Fashion Doll Design. Through research, we heard that kids don't want their toys dictated by gender norms. Colmone said, "This line allows all kids to express themselves freely, which is why it resonates so strongly with them. We're hopeful Creatable World will encourage people to think more broadly about how all kids can benefit from doll play." The dolls are a departure from some of Mattel's best known creations, such as Barbie. In the past few decades, Barbie has been criticized. Many say the toy demonstrated a narrow view of femininity and promoted unrealistic beauty standards. The line of dolls that made some tweaks recently. I'm sorry. The line of dolls had made some tweaks recently. The company created a more typical body shape and promoted careers in science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM. Both a fashionista and a scientist. In the past, American men had traditionally worked in the STEM field, but that has changed recently. Barbie's world now also has room for a doll that is both a fashionista and a scientist. Some of the most popular toy marketed to grade school age children were either adults or babies. The Creatable World dolls, meanwhile, more closely resemble their pre-adolescent target market. There is no makeup or beards. The company first started developing the new line 2 years ago. It was tested by more than 250 families in cities around the United States, a larger than typical pool, according to Mattel. Gender neutral kids products. Mattel is the first toy manufacturer its size to create a line of dolls that aren't specifically gendered. However, gender neutral toys and kids products are becoming increasingly visible from toy makers targeting young consumers or adults buying for them. In 2015, Target said it would end labeling toys and bedding as specifically girl or boy. 2 years later, Amazon removed boys and girls from its toy search categories. The move to sell toys and advertise beyond traditional gender norms is still growing in the United States. Meanwhile, countries such as Sweden have had non gendered toys and classroom setups for years. All right, I'm going to switch on over to the Google form that has the multiple choice questions on it. So, first question: which statement would be most important to include in a summary of the article? 1. Mattel is creating dolls that are unique because they are modeled after grade school children. 2. Mattel's most popular doll, Barbie, has come under criticism in the past few decades. C, or 3, you guys, I forgot if I was going 1, 2, 3. 3, Mattel's gender neutral dolls include various wig and clothing options. 4, Mattel is the first major toy company to sell gender neutral dolls. Which statement would be most important to include in a summary of the article? Question number 2. A central idea of the article is that children have begun to prefer playing with gender neutral toys. How does the author introduce this central idea? 1. By referencing two colors that are often associated with specific genders. 2. By describing the gender related criticisms of Barbie dolls. 3. By explaining what makes the gender inclusive creatable world dolls unique. 4. By showing how some retailers are adjusting for gender neutral toys and products. A central idea of the article is that children have begun to prefer playing with gender neutral toys. How does the author introduce this central idea? Question 3. According to the article, why did Mattel make adjustments to Barbie, one of its most popular toys? 1. To address the growing concern that many retailers are eliminating gender related toy sections. 2. To avoid the gender labels that have traditionally dominated the doll making industry. 3. To create a doll that most closely resembles the grade school age children who play with them. 4. To respond to criticism about the negative messages the doll looks and limitations were sending young girls. According to the article, why did Mattel make adjustments to Barbie, one of its most popular toys? All right, last question. Which of the following most influenced the creation of creatable world dolls? 1. The desire to separate Mattel from its highly criticized Barbie doll. 2. The goal of targeting young customers and adults buying toys. 3. The desire to recognize a changing culture and promote inclusivity. 4. The goal of creating dolls that look like the preteens playing with them. Which of the following most influenced the creation of the creatable world dolls? All right, I hope this was helpful to you guys. I hope you took your time. Good luck. See you soon.